It's the Bits is a series of sculptures that I was commissioned to make for CAFKA.21. The sculptures are largely about how the architectural landscape is informed by the agricultural one. The sculptures are presented as various stools, seats, ottomans, and tables. Smaller forms sit on top of larger sculptures. Items are glued and stuck together, nesting between found objects. Industrial-produced goods like gloves and dental molds are recast, reformed, and remade as copies of copies. The project is largely about play, as is much of my work. Play largely has to do with linguistic and semiotic inversions of words and terms and turns of phrase that allow for a more abstracted triangulation of phenomenological meaning in an artwork. So, when I talk about play, I talk about it as a departure point for the relationship the body has to food, to furniture, to ergonomics, and to materiality. Of course, when we talk about the linguistic or semiotic inversions of meanings of words, we can't forget about the duality the word stool has, especially as it pertains to the body. Apart from a furniture object, a stool can also be a solid or semi-solid remains of food that has not been digested in the small intestine and has been broken down by bacteria in the large intestine. In my mind, I thought that this was an interesting relationship between the word and the action that cross over many different places, spaces, and sites of knowledge. This place between words, the creation of these furniture-adjacent objects, and the potentiality that they have as actions were overlaid so quickly in my mind with food and food production that I thought this would be a great place to depart from formally. From there, I thought largely about processes of preserving food and moving food, and it became more and more clear to me that these processes were similar to processes of sculpture. This largely formulated the way the project was going to look and the aesthetic and conceptual sensibilities it would have. If you look at the whole project, there's quite a few sculptures and objects that relate to each other. They're all variations of a stool or an ottoman, but interconnected through puns, turns of phrase, and material relations. It was very important that a lot of these forms had a kind of duality or plurality that could be connected or woven together to create these sculptures. A pronounced relationship interspersed throughout the works. They stand by themselves, they stand together, they stand in pairs, in sets of pairs.